New Sabrina Carpenter tracks, short and sweet deluxe. There's 5 of them, I think, including one remix with Dolly Parton, the Please 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 remix. Let's get into these songs. Overall, I like this album, so hopefully the deluxe tracks are at least passable, at least decent. Let's do it. 15 minutes. First track. Oh. The groove's here for sure. What a disco groove. Loving the background vocals. The harmonies are nice. I could get behind this chorus. Oh, only 2. Wow. Oh, the disco strings and everything. Jesus. A little Clarity by Zed melody here in the bridge. Wow. Wow. She went straight for a disco sound and she pulled it off. If I was going to predict anybody to sound good over a disco instrumental like this, it's Sabrina Carpenter with her goddamn clever, cheeky lyricism. There's some funny lines in here. It's fun. The vibes are there. Great vocal performance. Love those harmonies. The groove was killer. Banger. I think it's as good, if not better, than a lot of the songs on the record. So I was super into that. I can do a lot with 15 minutes. Sure can. Only gonna take 2 to make you finish. Hilarious line. He just has such a great attitude for songs like this. Like, it really is the big selling point of her music, I think. Just her attitude and her delivery and how clever her lyrics are, and they're fun and they're not taking themselves too seriously, but it's her delivery that makes it feel like she isn't taking herself too seriously, which is a great part. All right, next track, Please 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 with Dolly Parton. I'm really surprised if there's going to be a Dolly feature that it wasn't Slim Pickens, but I guess, you know, Please 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 is just a bigger song. So they just Dolly-ified Please Please Please.
I know I have good judgment. I know I have good taste. I heard that you're an actor, so act like a stand-up guy.
Their vocals are not blending. Their vocals are clashing. Oh no.
Have a fun idea, babe. Maybe just stay inside. I know you're craving some fresh air, but the ceiling fan is so nice. And we could live.
Oh no, I wanted this to be good so bad. You know what this kind of reminds me of? You guys remember the Yes remix with Mariah Carey? Like, Dolly's a legend, but she just is not fitting snugly in this. Like, I felt like maybe she could have. I don't know. Oof. Wow. I mean, listen, I'm not going to blame it all on the mixing. I think part of it, unfortunately, was the performance, but the mixing did not help either. Like, I feel like there's a way they could have made these two vocalists work together, maybe. I think it was a tall task because Sabrina has like such a clean vocal and Dolly has so much so much going on in her performances a lot of the time, but this specifically, it just didn't work well. It just didn't work well. And the worst part about it is that they completely changed the instrumental to make it more Dolly, and it still didn't fit Dolly. It just, like, none of it fit. It didn't fit Sabrina, it didn't fit Dolly, which sucks because I feel like Slim Pickens was so clearly going down that Dolly Parton lane, which means that maybe if you just stuck Dolly on that song and didn't change anything, it would have worked a lot better, I think, you know, instead of completely changing what Please 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 sounds like to make it fit Dolly. I don't know, this didn't work out well, unfortunately. I mean, you could say Dolly is just too old, but like, I think it's not necessarily that like Dolly doesn't have it anymore. I think it just doesn't work. Like, the song just doesn't work. And I feel like there's a world where it could have, but until I heard it, and then, yeah, unfortunately, Dolly Parton just did not fit on this. It just, as vocalists, I just think maybe they're too different. All right, couldn't make it any harder. Hopelessly devoted. This is so Grease. Sandy, is that you?
And for the graveyard in my stomach, filled with pivotal formative comments. Meanwhile, you
I like that
couldn't make it. It takes me, you say.
vocals.
You'll want someone that makes it easy.
Damn, we gotta stop sleeping on Sabrina as a vocalist, because Jesus Christ, some of those runs were out of control. Straight out of the Grease soundtrack, very much Hopelessly Devoted, those vibes for sure. And it fits with her whole like pinup aesthetic that she has going. So I think I'm surprised it actually took her this long to do something like this, but not a lot of artists are taking these sort of risks. This paid off. This is cool. This is not going to be for everybody, this one, I don't think, because it really has a very vintage aesthetic to it, especially with those strings and everything. Like, it's a very vintage ballad. Instrumental that is that plain, you know, until those strings come in. You need to have a strong vocal performance, and she just murdered that. And for the graveyard in my stomach filled with pivotal formative comments, a busy woman. Oh.
I'm so mature.
The most Jack Antonoff ass instrumental ever. God, Jack leaves his little fingerprints on everything.
So much to shave and lipstick. If you don't want me, I'll just deem you gay. But if you need,
I deem you gay. She can do that? She has the power to do that?
busy woman,
Oh,
I'm coming over to your place. And if anyone's really
you're a little bitch ass anyway.
cause I'm a busy woman, and let you come into my
I love those little like background ad-libs. Those are nice.
woman that kisses a bee. Your perfectness is till the day that one of us cries.
Now, I don't know if I want your kisses, Sabrina. Who? And she's just deeming them gay? It's really fun songwriting. That's the thing with Sabrina Carpenter. Her songwriting is always so much fun. It's so entertaining. It's so tongue-in-cheek. That's the thing, is when people call artists corny, a lot of the time, one, it's the way that they write it. You know, she's able to have dumb lines like it's me espresso, and she's able to get away with it because of her delivery and her charm and her charisma. Like, that is the thing that like sets her apart, I think. So I'm really glad that she's leaning into it with these deluxe tracks as well, because that's the big highlight of them for me. And the choruses are really fun. Again, I feel like her vocals are getting better and better. So these, you know, there's only one track I haven't liked so far. It's unfortunately so Dolly Parton. That sucks. All right, bad reviews. Uh-oh. Hopefully she isn't talking about my emails can't send review. I wasn't even that mean. Okay, Casey Musgraves.
I've had them too, but still I choose to. It's not even my boyfriend. Still I choose to be in love with you.
This is Slim Pickens, but better. Kind of is Slim Pickens, but I like Slim Pickens, but I think this is a better written song that I think nailed that aesthetic even better. Not a bad album outro, I don't think. You know, again, listen, this is consistent with the rest of the record, that there is a clear lack of a stylistic direction, but that's okay as long as the songs are good. She kind of seems to bounce back and forth from these old pinup aesthetic, like sort of pop songs. She even has a disco track in there, but then she keeps dipping her feet into country every once in a while too. There's even a vocoder on the fucking Busy Woman song, like circa the 80s. So I think overall these are good tracks. I think these are up to the quality, if not better, than a lot of the tracks on Short and Sweet. So this is a really good outing. Besides, I think Please 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 with Dolly Parton, it's unfortunate that just didn't work. I don't think it was produced very well. I don't think that they, you know, it isn't just Dolly's fault. I think they could have put Dolly on a better song. They could even put Dolly on that last song. They could have put her on Bad Reviews. Like, she can do ballads. Like, I don't know why we needed to pick up the pace with Please, Please, Please. And overall, I think, what do you guys think of this? I think these are good songs. I think this is good. These are all, for the most part, besides the Please, Please, Please remix, great additions to the record. What's my favorite track? I think, give me that disco song. 15 minutes. That's a banger. That's a banger. Those are some fun lyrics on that one, and a great instrumental. The groove is killer. Love the harmonies on that one. I mean, that's a banger. That's a great song. Who isn't loving you, Sabrina? What is going on? What are you doing? Choose better for yourself. You're Sabrina Carpenter. I'm available. The more music Sabrina Carpenter releases, the more I'm engaged with her actual songwriting. So this is, one of the more improved artists, I think, of this past decade, because you go back and listen to her old stuff, you compare this songwriting to her first projects, and it's night and day for sure. And I think that's just because she's able to come into her own skin and to be an adult and talk about things that I think, and be sexual and have like the freedom to say whatever the fuck she wants. And that's what I love about Sabrina Carpenter. Interview or song, she is saying whatever the fuck she wants. And that's my favorite part about her as an artist. So yeah, this was good.